Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here. I told Nikki, gosh, I've never had to do my own press conference before, so I'm honored to be here, and today with this incredible opportunity that's on the horizon. You know, today really marks a profound, significant moment in the story history of Fresno Unified School District. It's a moment filled with hope, determination, and a renewed commitment to our students and our community. As I stand before you, I'm deeply, deeply honored and humbled by the trust that is placed in me by all of our trustees and our students and all of you. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our Board of Trustees for this pivotal opportunity to serve our district. I am truly, truly humbled. I want to share more about my journey. My journey is deeply intertwined with the Fresno Unified School District and shaped by the values of resilience, perseverance, and the transformative power of what an education can do. Many of you may have read, I was born in a small prisoner of war camp. I don't think I was even supposed to survive being born in a time and a place where it was the final stages of the Vietnam War. And when my mom talks about it, she's like, we were right in the middle of an attack and I went into labor with you. And so my parents, who had served courageously during those really difficult times, sought refuge and opportunity here in the United States. And our family settled in Fresno because we were drawn here by the promise of agricultural roots and educational opportunities. And growing up, I attended several of our Fresno Unified schools. I went to elementary school at Jefferson, Winchell, Lane, and Calwa. And then I attended middle school at Fort Miller, the good old fort. And then I went to Duncan High School. And these years within Fresno Unified instilled in me a profound appreciation and love for education and the transformative power it can do to our students. My parents, both my mom and dad, served also in our district as custodians for a total of over 50 years. They exemplify the value of hard work and dedication to our community. In fact, my dad, when he first got his first job, it was here in the district. He was the very first Hmong custodian that was hired to work here. They truly exemplify what it is to work hard, and their sacrifices and commitment fuel my passion for education at a very, very young age. After high school, right after high school, I began my professional journey here in Fresno Unified as a bilingual instructional aide. I worked at Ewing Elementary School. And this ignited a path that led me through various roles, from teacher to vice principal to instructional superintendent, and then having served the last 3 years as the deputy superintendent, and now to tonight's board action as interim superintendent. Throughout my 30 years within Fresno Unified, I have been driven by a singular mission. I want to inspire hope and unlock the potential within every single student that comes across our doors. And my connection with Fresno Unified runs deep. It is just not a place where I work, but this is a place where I belong, a place that has nurtured and shaped me. And this district is not just an institution, but we are a community. We are a family that is strong and that is dedicated to empowering our youth and enriching their futures. And as I reflect on my experiences, I am acutely aware of the challenges and opportunities before us. I am not blind to the things that are before us, but I also see them as huge opportunities for all of us and our students. As interim superintendent, my foremost priority is very, very clear. It's to get us student learning outcomes and ensure equitable access to high quality education for every single child. You will hear me say a lot, double-digit gains. We are going to get those double-digit gains. And we must continue our efforts to close the achievement gap and foster a supportive environment where all students thrive. And I'm in the process right now of refining my 100-day plan, which I will be sharing with the board, and I will be glad to share further as we progress through the year. But for now, our goal is we are going to close the school year very strong, celebrating all of our students because they deserve it. And then we will open the new school year with clarity, confidence, and focus. And I am committed to strengthening engagement and trust within Fresno Unified. Open communication, transparency, and collaboration are the foundational pillars of effective leadership. And together with our board, our staff, our families, and our community partners, we will forge a shared vision for Fresno Unified, one that embodies integrity, unity, and student-centered excellence. I also know fiscal responsibility is equally crucial. By stewarding our resources wisely, we will uphold our commitment to delivering impactful educational programs and services that enrich the lives of our students. I'd be remiss in not recognizing what a historic appointment this is in the 151 years of Fresno Unified. For 151 years, we've not had a woman lead this district. If you walk along that wall, every day I come to work, and I walk along that wall. And I have to tell you, in 1992, I sat right there as a student. I was a student advisory board member, and I used to sit there. And to think that tonight I'm going to be sitting up there, where I sat there and just dreamed about how do you get to be up there. And so this is really, really sentimental for me. Because I used to sit there as a student advisory board member and dream about what it takes to be up there, especially looking up to the people on that dais that make decisions on behalf of our students every single day. This historic moment underscores Fresno Unified's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, celebrating the achievements of women in educational leadership and acknowledging the vital contributions of the AAPI community. I am very proud to be part of Fresno Unified's journey towards greater diversity, and I am committed to leveraging my position to ensure that all students, regardless of their background, have equitable access to quality education and opportunities for access. And I could not be here today without several important people. First, I need to thank my amazing husband who is at work right now, and he has to go pick up our son, Zhongpeng Ya. And our three beautiful children, Ryan, Grace, and Gabriel. And Gabe is in our system. My success has not come without a cost to them, as I dedicate every single day so much of my time and focus on raising our 70,000 plus students. To my husband and my three children, I love you so much, and thank you for giving so much of yourself to me so that I can give to others. I also want to thank my parents, and my brothers and sister. My parents gave up everything they have ever known to bring us to safety and opportunity here in America. They worked constantly and sacrificed to make sure we had every opportunity to make education a priority. And they listened to me, an outspoken young girl and woman. I don't know if they knew what to do with me at times, but they empowered me in ways that weren't traditionally accepted for a Hmong daughter. And they helped me beat the cultural norms. And without them, I would not be here today. So, gunia, gutsi, gujaning, thiet tan to gujaning mong, gulu nei hang, or nei john don dao na. I also want to thank all of the teachers, leaders, and staff who poured into me as a young Fresno Unified student. They are proof that a student can come from any background or struggles, and with champions for educators, they can become the leaders of California's third largest district. This just says that how our students come to us does not define where they can be. They can be so much more, and we are the champions for them. There are too many colleagues and friends to thank individually, but you all know who you are, and I'm not going to start listing because I'm going to forget. But I couldn't have gotten here without you, and many of you are sitting here today. But there is, however, one critical colleague in my journey that I would not be here without, and that is Superintendent Dr. Bob Nelson. Bob and I actually came up through the ranks together. We started as teachers at Burroughs Elementary, and I used to hear him singing down the hall to his students, and all the kids at recess time or at lunchtime would rush because Mr. Nelson was so cool. And then we actually got named principals on the same night at the same board meeting many, many years ago. And Bob, I am profoundly grateful for the support, coaching, and mentorship that I have received throughout my journey from you. The last 3 years as your deputy have been the best 3 years and the highlight of my career. I would not be here, and you truly, truly opened that door for me, and you trusted me, and you let me, and at times, you just let me lead. Thank you. You've been an extraordinary advocate for our district and our students, and I'm honored to have worked alongside you for the past 30 years. Looking ahead, as we embark on the search for a permanent superintendent, I fully support a nationwide competitive selection process. I have always said this. I want to competitively compete, and I want us to do a national search. I look forward to participating in this process. This endeavor will ensure that Fresno Unified continues to benefit from visionary leadership and diverse perspectives that align with our values and aspirations. And in closing, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our Board of Education and the entire Fresno Unified family for this remarkable opportunity. I just want all of you to know, our families and our students and our staff, you are not invisible to me. I see you. I see the work that you do every single day. We value you. We care about you. We could not do this without you, but more than anything, we love you. So together, let us write the next chapter of excellence, equity, and achievement for every student who walks through our doors. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will take a few minutes of questions from our media partners. And like I said, following this, I can work with you individually to set up one-on-one interviews later this week. Any questions?
Misty, I have a question.
Yes.
Sorry, maybe not Misty, but Misty. So you said you plan to be part of the pool of applicants in this nationwide search. Do you think having this experience as interim superintendent will give you a leg up over those other applicants?
So I'm just going to repeat for folks so that they can hear through the live stream. Miss Nancy Price from GV Wire has asked Interim Superintendent Her that, as she mentioned, she would be part of that nationwide search as a candidate for the permanent superintendency role. Does she believe that serving in the interim role would give her a leg up into that position?
So I think that the work has to continue here in the district. And so I think that we are going to do a nationwide search that is going to bring in very high quality candidates. And I've always said this, if it's me, great. If it's not me, it's okay, because all we have to do is make it a win for our kids. And so I truly believe that. I've not wavered from my commitment to this district, and I'm fully committed to this position, and then I will be fully committed to the national search. And again, whatever happens, let's make it a win for our children.
That's good PR. Um, any other questions from our media partners? Yes, Juliana. Absolutely. So just repeating for those on the live stream, Miss Juliana Morano from Fresno Land has asked Interim Superintendent her about her 100-day plan that she mentioned, and if she could provide any highlights or headlines from that.
Yes, so thank you for really good question. I am putting together a 100-day plan, and some highlights are going to be along with, and it's not just going to be my goals, but I'm going to work very collaboratively with our board of trustees and staff and families to come up with streamlined goals that we are going to strategically go after. But you can bet that on it is going to be student achievement.
Thank you. We'll take one more. Yes, Miss Nancy Price.
You mentioned double-digit improvement. What's the measure that you're measuring the double digits? Is it state assessment testing, or is there some other measure? And when you say double digits, can you explain that?
So Miss Nancy Price from GV Wire asked Interim Superintendent Her about her claim and her focus on double-digit gains, and if she could explain that a little bit more and what metrics she would be using.
So it's actually going to be a combination. It's not an either or. It's going to be a combination of our ultimately, as a district, we are responsible and we are measured by the SBAC, right? The CAS assessment that all of our students currently right now at our schools are taking. So proficiency is going to matter, but we're also going to look at distance from standards, which also looks at growth. If you look at our data, Fresno Unified students don't start at the same mark as our other neighboring districts. And so we would not do our students justice if we don't look at growth that they've made over time. So that is going to be something we will look at, distance from standard, which is growth, and then we will also look at proficiency. We also will look at our own interim assessments that we build in our system so that we can measure our progress and how we're doing. As part of my 100-day plan, we are going to come up with very specific goals with very specific metrics, and then we will also measure that with our own internal goals, our own internal assessments. And we should know before our students take the state assessment of where our students are going to be at. And so the goal for our entire staff is to know where we're heading, how much we have to do, and what do we need to come up with internally to measure so that we can predict what our students are going to actually do on the state assessment.